Welcome in, everybody. Today's video is going to be just kind of a shorter one on my review of the Exmark Radius S lawnmower after 3 years of ownership. This will be its third season. So after first 2 years, we really like the thing. It's a dependable mower. There's what I really like about this is there's not a lot of maintenance stuff to do. There's 4 grease zerks on it total, and you grease those once a year, unless you're, in commercial and you run one of these, all day long every day, then it might be a little bit longer. But for us, where we're running, about 60 hours a year, cutting farmyards and stuff like that, it's perfect. So this one's got the Kawasaki FX730V. I want to say that's a 23 horsepower engine, and that is mated to a 60-inch deck. And this thing's got all the power in the world to cut through, pretty long grass and as fast as you want to go. I was actually quite surprised by that, because I come from running one of those Dixie choppers, the one that's supposed to be world's fastest lawnmower and all that. And I thought, oh boy, going from that to this, gonna really be losing out on productivity. And that wasn't the case at all. And I just pulled this out of store, just starting to go through it with maintenance and that type of thing here. So that's why it's, dirty, still full of stuff. So I got to get cleaned up here. But, I'm changing the oil, oil filters right there. So that's real easy to get to. And the engine oil drain is right there, so that's super easy to get to. Air filters right there. Your plugs are not in a hidden spot, so those are easy to get to. And it's a V-twin, so there's 2 of them. So third year, it needed a new battery, so I had to put a new battery on there. Anymore, I was just talking with a friend about this the other day. Batteries just don't really last much longer than 3 years, it seems like. Sometimes they do. We've got a few vehicles around here. AC Delco seems like they hold up very well. Interstate seems like it holds up very well. Anything beyond that, really struggle to find a long-lasting battery. This battery here that I just replaced it with, I've never ran a O'Reilly's battery before, just a Super Start, and I'm not gonna be holding my breath with how good that one will be, because it's like a 3-month warranty on there. So they're basically saying, yeah, this is good for a year. So which is fine. I mean, it's like a $60 battery. If that's just part of the maintenance, it is what it is. The mower itself, I want to say this was like a $9,000 lawnmower. Could be wrong on that. I actually kind of forget, but it was right around that. Now, there is one trim level higher than this, where you can get the Exmark Laser Z, I think it is. And the biggest difference between the Radius S and the Laser Z is basically the transmission back here. Final drives, rather. So this one, that's the final drive. On a Laser, they're going to be a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. This one, it's a little bit lighter, and what my camera is pointing at right now, that's one of the oil filters. So there's one oil filter on each side. So, and from what I did this just last year, and then there's a whole process of draining the hydraulic oil, transmission oil, whatever you want to call it. And you got to use, their special stuff for the hydraulics. And then there's a whole special procedure to get it bled and that type of thing. It's not bad as long as you follow the book. So it's really not bad. Got 177 hours on this, still running the original belt. The blades on this thing are made out of really good metal. I mean, we put one set of blades on and it seems like you can run the season. Like I've never sharpened the blades. I just run it a season, and then before I start the next season, just replace the blades. I like this feature on the front end of it in order to either get underneath to change the blades, or like to get this tire up so I can rotate it around so I can grease it, or put some air in it or whatever. You just take one of these jacks here, which you can buy from like a Tractor Supply or a Farm and Fleet or Fleet Farm or whatever. And it's like a $45 jack. You just put that on there like that and then jack it up, and you can get it high enough that you can do the work underneath the deck, which it actually is a pretty little handy little deal that that Exmark has done here. But very impressed with the mower. We're happy with it. I guess my only complaint was it rode a little rough in the beginning. Just adjust your tire pressures. The book tells you to run 13. I run a little lower than that. I think last year, if I remember right, I think I had it down as low as 8 or 9. Now, that's just me, but it seemed like it did a good even cut for me. Of course, I'm not striping baseball fields with this thing. I'm just cutting, private property and farmyard with this, So it does have one of these seats where you can adjust it according to your weight, and that allows it to, give you a little softer ride. It is a super comfortable seat. But still, like farmyards, and what I mean by farmyard, live out the country, we've got a lot of like tractors and stuff that drive across the lawn. And so our lawn is just ridiculously rough. I don't care what you drive across it with, it's just gonna be ridiculously rough. So we really give things the test when it comes to lawnmowers driving across our lawn, just because it is so rough. So, and this does handle it well. You just gotta bring your tire pressures down a little bit in order to handle that. And it holds quite a bit of fuel. I don't remember exactly how much this holds, but you can mow a long time without having to worry about putting fuel in it. There's a little gauge, sight gauge right here. It's not real super simple to see, but you kind of get the idea. So, yeah, pretty simple mower. The maintenance, I really like the maintenance on this. Not much more to say than that. So there you go for today. See you in the next one.